Hello, wonderful people. The Cloochey Foundation Tuition Scholarship is open for May 2025, right? So we sent the link to the WhatsApp channel, and a lot of you said you wanted a video explaining how to go about the entire application. So guys, you asked, G.W.O has delivered. So this is the video, and we'll be talking about a lot of things. However, I want you to know that the previous post we made about the Cloochey Foundation gained a lot of traction, and most people who applied by watching our video increased their chances of success. Yes, a lot of people came into our DMs after the first short list was released, and they told us how much of an impact the videos we made were, and what they would have loved to see in the video to make their journey much more easier. Yes, although it was to them easy all the same. So they hinted us on the fact that they would like us to talk about how to write the essays, right? How to write the essays for the Cloochey Foundation Tuition Scholarship, and also tell them a little cheat codes. Tell the general public a little cheat codes they could use to apply for the scholarship. So please make sure that you stay till the end of this video. And if you stay till the end of this video, trust us, you will not waste any of your time, and you would apply and win as well. So please take your time. It's a guarantee. However, you know what scholarships are all about, right? Sometimes you do everything possible that you can do, but you still don't get it. However, it's better to do every single thing you can do and not get it than do less and later on regret not doing certain things. So without further ado, guys, let's dive straight into the Cloochey Foundation Tuition Scholarship application. So let's read the very first instruction, right? So if you do not follow the instructions, you need to understand that you will be disqualified, right? So you do not have to fill out the application form outside of the open enrollment period. So the open enrollment period for this particular one is May 1st to Saturday, May 31st, 2025. If you check your date today is May. And so when it's May 31st, you cannot apply. After May 31st, you would not be able to apply. And even if you apply, it will not be considered, right? And I'm sure that definitely the Google Forms would have been closed by that time. So please make sure that right after watching this video and getting the understanding, you go back to apply immediately before you forget. Yeah, one thing you need to know is always trying to postpone the opportunities makes it kind of difficult for you to actually apply. So as soon as you see the opportunity, as soon as you gain clarity on what to do and what not to do, just go ahead and apply for it, okay? And please, you need to gather all your documents before even thinking of applying. If you want to know what to do and what not to do when applying for scholarships, kindly check out our video on the 10 nervous of applying for scholarships, right? You can see it right there. Great. So just click on it and you'd be able to view that video of ours. It's very, very important. Great. So there are more instructions here. Now, all applicants should be interested in attending school in Ghana. So no scholarship abroad, no graduate students, no private school students. I'll tell you that again. So if you want a scholarship abroad, please do not apply for this scholarship. This scholarship does not fund people who are not interested in attending a school in Ghana, right? So say you want to attend UDS, UHAS, UCC, any school in Ghana, any university in Ghana, you are free to apply. But if you intend on going to school abroad, if you're a graduate student, if you're a private school student, please, this scholarship is not for you. Great. So currently, degree programs in medicine, pharmacy, or law cannot be sponsored. So if you're a medicine student, this is not for you. If you're a pharmacy student, this is also not for you. And if you're a law student, this is not for you. So any course apart from medicine, pharmacy, or law, you are eligible to apply. One thing you should never do is waste your time to apply for a scholarship you are not eligible for. See, I know of people who will apply for scholarships they are not eligible for and say they believe in miracles. Well, guess what? The scholarship committee also believes in principles. So there are rules, right? Even religiously, there are rules. I don't want to dive deeper into that and begin preaching, guys. Yeah, so there are rules you need to follow. You just follow them and you're good to go. Great. So if you're doing medicine, pharmacy, or law, don't think about this scholarship. Now, the essay question answers, please listen to this. The essay question answers should not be less than 100 words and not more than 250 words. So you're supposed to write within 100 to 250 words for the essay questions, right? In answer to the essay questions. Great. So for more information or questions, you can contact the Cloochey Foundation at gmail.com that's their email. Okay, so you can watch the eligibility criteria or requirements in the YouTube shorts here. You can read the eligibility requirements there and previous question and answers. You know what? Let's go and read the eligibility requirements, right? And come back to the form so that if you are not eligible, you don't even waste your time and go further, okay? So let's click on the Instagram link, right? And it will redirect us to their Instagram page so we can read the eligibility requirements, okay? Great. Okay, guys, so I'm currently in the Cloochey Foundation Instagram. I'm on their Instagram page right now. So let's look at the eligibility criteria. So first of all, you need to make sure that you are a Ghanaian, right? So if you're not a Ghanaian and you think of applying for this, please, this scholarship is not for you. 2, you have to be a student of a public university or institution. So if you're in a private university or institution, this scholarship is not for you. You need to be in a public university or institution, and you must be enrolled in an undergraduate teacher or nursing training program, right? And you must have received an admission offer letter before applying. And so if you don't have your admission letter or offer, please don't bother yourself applying because you need to upload that. We'll check that out very soon. Now, another thing too is that basic and senior high school students are also eligible for school supplies. So if you're a basic school student, if you're a senior high school student, you're also eligible to apply for school supplies, right? Great. Now, you need to demonstrate financial need through essays or recommendation letters. Listen attentively. So your recommendation letters can capture your need for financial assistance, right? So whoever is going to write your recommendation letter must have access to this particular information so that they can feature it in there. Do you understand? And also through your essays, you can indicate some teasers or points that indicate clearly that you need financial assistance. Great. Now let's swipe left. You need to demonstrate leadership through extracurricular activities and community service. So there's going to be an option where you have to state the leadership and extracurricular activities that you have undertaken in your community. And also you need to demonstrate commitment to volunteering, community projects, or social initiatives. And also you must demonstrate giving back to the foundation using your talents or skills. So you're not only giving back to the community, but also giving back to the Cloochey Foundation Scholarship. That's all they ask for, right? That is great. Now let's swipe again. You are not eligible for the Cloochey Foundation Scholarship if, please listen, this is the ineligibility criteria. Know the difference. The first one was eligibility criteria. See the red box here. Red circle here. Great. It's saying eligibility criteria. So this is the ineligibility criteria. So you're not eligible if you're a student enrolled in a private school or university. And also, if you're a student pursuing your master's and other higher education, like PhD, whatever, you are not eligible for this scholarship. If you're a medical, pharmacy, and law student, you are not eligible for this. If you're a fee-paying student, you're not eligible for this. So fee-paying students, please, this is not for you. If you're a distance education student, this is not for you. And students who are already on other scholarships are not eligible for this too. So you can take your time, read this some more, and get the understanding. But I hope that my explanation gave you the correct understanding, right? Great. So that is it for the eligibility criteria. Now let's go back to the forms and see how to fill it. Now that we know the eligibility and ineligibility criteria, we can move on. But ineligibility criteria refers to the things that disqualify you. Oh, I think that's the word there. The things that disqualify you from getting the scholarship, right? So then it means that eligibility criteria will be the things that qualify you to receive the scholarship. I hope that's enough clarification. Now let's go back into the forms. Okay, so I think we are done with the eligibility criteria. And once again, the deadline for the submission of the form is by Saturday, 31st May 2025, right? So now the thing is, scholarships are available for JHS, SHS, bachelor's degrees, and for SHS graduates who are now going to their first year of a public institution in Ghana, as long as they have an admission offer letter. I hope you understand that. Great. So if you are now going to your first year of a public institution in Ghana, you need to have your admission offer letter before you apply for this. Great. So the very first thing you have to do as far as this form is concerned is you need to put in your email, then your full name. You can begin with your first name. That is most advisable. First name, middle names, and then surname, right? So first name, middle name, surname. And then you choose your level of education. If it's primary, you choose that. Junior high, you choose that. Senior high, you choose that. Polytechnic, nursing, teacher training, certificate program, university, other, just choose that. But if it's other, you need to click here and type what it is that you are, what it is that your level of education is, right? So yeah, that's if it's none of the above, right? You fill the other aspect. Now, your class or level of study, is it SHS 1, level 100? Just make it known there. So maybe you are in class 1, you are in class 2, class 3, SHS 1, JHS 1. If you're in level 100, level 200, 400, you state it over there. Now, the name of your school, if you are in a primary school, you name the school. If you are in the secondary school, you name your school. If you are in the tertiary, you name the public university you're attending or you're about to attend. Yes. And then your school fees amount. Now, mind you, this is for only tuition, not for accommodation fees. Now, you can't tell lies here because you'll be uploading your admission letter, and most of the times for the admission letters they always state the cost, the tuition fees, right? Great. So you have to make sure that you're staying true to this entire process. And even if you decide to fake an admission letter, trust me, the Cloochey Foundation panelists would verify. So please just stay true, be authentic, be unique. Once again, I am sensitizing you to watch the 10 nervous of applying for scholarships. It's a very wonderful video that will help you to apply correct or apply well. My words are not even coming. Yeah, so to apply in a more decent way for all scholarships. So kindly watch it. Great. Now, if you're primary, so your intended or current course of study, so you need to state it there. You're doing And note that medicine, pharmacy, law students cannot apply for this. So your current course of study, if it's arts, geography, what, just put it there. Now, if you are in junior high school or senior high school, maybe you are doing general science, maybe you are doing general arts, you put it there. Okay. Now, if you are in primary, JHS or SHS, you let them know if you need any school supplies or you owe arrears, which prevents you from accessing your results. Now, you need to be specific and direct about what you need. So you write N/A, which means not applicable if this does not apply to you. So, do you owe arrears? If you owe arrears, you state it. Maybe I owe arrears, right? You owe arrears. And then if that is if you need any school supplies too, you can write what you need, right, in this section as well. If this doesn't apply to you, that is, if you're not a GHS primary or SHS student, then you just write N/A, and then you're good to go. Now, your address or location. Listen, you need to state the name of the place you stay, the region, and a close landmark. Okay, you state the name of the place you stay, the region, and a close landmark, and you're good to go. So maybe, let me give you an example. Maybe I stay at Tamale. Okay, the region is Northern Region. A close landmark could be a university, it could be a popular signboard, but that is not a stationary landmark. So it could be a shop, it could be something, right, that can help identify your location. So maybe I live in Tamale, my landmark is the university, maybe UDS or something, could be a hotel. So yeah, you can put all that there. Now, who takes care of you? This helps you identify your guardian. So are they the people who take care of you? Are they your parents, auntie, uncle, sister, family, friend, pastor, etc.? If you take care of yourself too, you can write yourself there. Some people don't have guardians and all that. So yeah, name of parents or guardians, you state that to parents or guardians profession. Yeah, so you put it there. Now, if the person is a trader, you specify what he or she sells. So you can write trader into bracket, fish seller or fishmonger, something. So you need to just state specifically, especially when your parent is a trader, what they sell. Now, the active phone number of your parents or guardians. Now, you need to make sure that you inform them that their numbers have been used for a scholarship application. Do you understand? Great. So you need to write the phone number of your parents or guardians. Then your active phone number they can call. Make sure that you always verify at the end of the entire application whether your phone number is correct, because if you win and your phone number is not correct, how do you expect them to contact you? So always make sure that at the end of everything you come back and check if you put in the correct phone numbers. Great. Now, your date of birth, you just click this drop down and you get a pop-up and you select, right, your date of birth. Now, your country of residence, you put it there. Your country of birth, you put it there. Your previous school attended and the date of completion, you put it there. Current school and date started. So what's your current school? Which date did you start? So you have to indicate if you have gained admission and you are yet to start. So maybe you are in SHS3, you are now going to level 100. You can indicate that I gained admission at maybe UDS, right, and I am yet to start, something like that. Great. And now you have to attach a current transcript or report. At the end of this video, I'll show you what a transcript looks like. I'll show you what a report looks like. So you need to add your WASSCE results if you are now going to the tertiary school. Great. So you put it all in there. Okay, in a document. Make sure that the document is 10 megabytes. Right. So you can actually upload up to 5 documents, but it does not have to be more than 10 megabytes, right? So in this section, when you click add file, you'd be allowed to select from your document list. I think my connection is very slow. It is very, very, very slow here. See, so you can upload up to 5 supported files. Great. There's supposed to be browse here where I can go into my Google Drive and get, see. Good. So you can drag the files here, or that's if you're using a computer, or better still, you can just go to my drive and then you select up to 5 documents, which are up to 10 megabytes per file. So that's in all 50 megabytes, right? You try to select more than that, you will not be allowed. So once again, you need to add one transcript or report, WASI results. That's if you're now going to the tertiary school. That's great. Now, your previous or current academic achievements, so your honors and awards, you put it there. Extracurricular activities, you put it there. Now, this is the part where I really want you to pay attention to. Now, this is the um essay aspect. So let me skip that. We will come there, okay? But just know that you also need to upload your CV and you also need to upload your letter of recommendation. Please remember that your recommender can choose to write something that gives a hint on your uh your financial status, right? So before you even do that, you have to make sure that you provide details of one of your recommenders. That's the name of the person, your relationship with the recommender, and the number of years you've known the recommender. That's very key. And then if you're an SHS graduate and you have gained admission, you upload your admission offer letter there too, and then you can proceed, right? So now let's go into the um essays, right from the beginning, the essays you are supposed to write and how you can actually write them and get the sorry, oh goodness, and get the award or the scholarship. Great. So let's start with the very first one. Okay, the very first essay that will be right after your extracurricular activities. Yes. So the essay states that, okay, guys, so the first one is saying that why have you chosen your field of study? Now, you've chosen to study a particular program. Okay, maybe you are studying food technology. Why have you chosen that field of study? What's the story behind it? Why that course? So these are some of the questions you should be asking yourself. Why am I going to do food technology and not maybe medicine and not pharmacy? So what's the backstory, right? You need to write it then. Just make sure that your words do not exceed 250 and are not less than 100 words. The second thing is, what are your long-term career goals? Now, when you finish studying your course, you would have to work, right? Usually, it's presumed that you'll be doing a career. Sorry, you have a career which is kind of linked to the field of study. I mean, your field of study at the university. So I'm still using the example of food technology. So you've done food technology. What do you aim to do with food technology after graduation? That's what we are talking about. So let me give you something short. Maybe I'm doing food technology so that uh I can be able to manufacture foods, right? And maybe uh my long-term career goal is to satisfy the SDG, that I mean the standard development goals that talks about no poverty. I want to work for maybe 5 years and get a lot of money and begin some charity, and I want to do that because I want to do that in um food technology, like something. Just write about your long-term career goals. Okay, now you know what smart goals are. I think one key thing you can do is to make sure that your goals are align with the smart goals, right? If you don't know what the smart goals are, they are currently on your screen, so you can just look at it and understand what I'm talking about. Now, how will this scholarship help you achieve your goals? So, you might think this is a very simple thing to write about, right? But you need to be more deeper. Do you understand? You need to be authentic, original, and deep about this particular question. So you want the scholarship, so how is it going to help you achieve your goal? So you need to make sure that whatever you write here kind of links to your goal. Do you understand? And how it can be attained, something like that. So you need to describe your financial situation. How is life for you as far as your finances are concerned? So you can talk about your parents earning, how it's difficult for you to even make a 3 square meal. That is, if that's your story. So what's your story? Write it there. You describe your financial situation. Now, if you have any special circumstances affecting your financial need, you put it there. Maybe you are sick, or sorry, you are ill, you have a condition that's eaten into your parents' pocket. That's a special circumstance that's affecting your financial need. Or you are disabled and you need to make sure that you go to the hospital. Maybe you have to go to, sorry, I mean, you are specially abled, right? And you have to go to the hospital. You have to check a few things, blah blah blah. It's taking a lot of money from your pocket. You make sure that you state it there. Now, you need to also state any involvement in community service or outreach and contributions to your community. You can write about that. But this, I think the words were not specified for this, and this. Yeah. So any challenges you have overcome and how these challenges have shaped you. But I would tell you to actually go between 100 to 250 for this one as well. Yes, for these two essays, like any involvement in your community service or outreach contributions to your community. Yes, and also any challenges you have overcome and how the challenges have shaped you. Now, this is about future plans. Where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years? Make sure that you are writing between 100 to 250 words. Now, your relevant work experience. How work experience has influenced your education and career. So if you have no work experience, you just write N/E. So some people they've had the opportunity to work already before coming to the university. You can write about this, okay? And then you go ahead and upload your CV and you provide the details of your recommender, and then you upload your recommendation letter. So this part will allow you to write your school supplies. So you list the items, okay? You list the items including the stationaries, the uniform, the school bag, shoes, etc. you need for school. Now, this applies to students below tertiary level, SHS, and basic school students. So this is for primary school students, right? You can put in your school supplies request there. And if you are an SHS graduate and have gained admission, we've already spoken about this. If you have any talents or skills that you can contribute to the foundation, you list them. Very key, very important. Maybe a public speaker, you are an advocate, you know how to talk in public. Maybe you know how to draw, so what are your skills? Okay, maybe you know some little coding, any skill, anything. Maybe you know how to sell, whatever you think you can help the foundation with, you just state it there. Maybe you're a content creator, you write it there as well. And I think that will make things better. So these are just a few questions, very understandable, that you can actually answer. This is about the foundation. Now, I would recommend that you answer, although it's optional. Please do answer. So, do you want to teach or study abroad? Watch the YouTube video, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you can click yes. What scholarship opportunities or video topics would you like them to feature on their YouTube channel? Then you share your suggestions below to help them create content that meets the needs of you, who is the scholarship applicant, right? So let me just take you briefly through some of the things you need to look out for when writing the essays, okay? So catch you in another document or on another page. I'll be with you shortly. Yeah, so actually, G.W.O intends on doing an entire video on writing an award-winning scholarship essay. But you know what? Just for the purpose of this video, we have compiled something short that can help you go over your essays, right, for this particular scholarship. And I think these points are quite tailored to the G.W.O. Sorry, these points are tailored towards the Cloochey Foundation Scholarship opportunity, but I'm sure it can be used for other scholarship opportunities as well. So this is what most panelists look for in award-winning scholarship essays, right? The very first thing is clarity. Make sure that you write your essays well. It should be coherent and also free from grammatical errors. That means you have to go over your work. Do you understand? Go over your essay. You need to make sure that you're writing in clear language and there's a logical flow, making it easier for the panelists to understand the applicant's message. That is your message and intentions. Don't just write anyhow, okay? Don't also be under any pressure. You have a lot of time, although you don't have a lot of time, but guys, just get a lot of or make a lot of time to go over your essays, making sure that they meet the clarity criteria. The second thing is originality. Please do not use AIs. Do not use AIs to write your essays, okay? Because it's very detectable. Like, it's so easy to detect. Even without a machine, someone can detect if you've written with AI. You know, most of the essays that AIs present are quite generic. So you see, this is it. Make sure that your essays present unique stories, perspective, or approaches that stand out, because panelists value authenticity and creativity over generic or overly rehearsed responses. So you have an essay, make sure that you are make it your story, okay? For instance, your future goals like this, you can make it your story and always make sure that you are in between the word counts. Yes. Now, the purpose. A strong essay must demonstrate clear educational and career goals. So panelists look for applicants who have thought deeply about their future and can articulate how the scholarship will help them achieve their aspirations. So, you know, there's a question in the Cloochey Foundation Scholarship that asks you how the scholarship will help you achieve your goals. So you make sure that you write it and write it with a lot of purpose. Now, impact, you know, you need to make sure that you need to make sure that you can demonstrate through your essay that you have made a positive difference, or you have plans to do so even, yes, in your community. Maybe you have not yet undertaken anything in your community, but you have plans to do so. You can go ahead and state that as well, okay? And then you have to be sincere. You have to be very sincere, and then you align with the scholarship values. That means that on your own, you can go ahead and research more about the Cloochey Foundation Scholarship, get to know their values, and use that in your essays so that you can resonate with the panelists who will be viewing your essays and all that. Mind you, essays actually, they sell you out. I mean, they present you in front of the panelists even in your absence, right? So how well carved your essays are represents you. So if you're a fine girl or a fine boy, don't just write any essay, because that essay is going to represent you in your absence. I mean, the essay is your face, the essay is your being, your body, as far as scholarships are concerned. So you make sure that you have time for your essays. If you want this pamphlet, if you want this information so that you can measure how well your essays are doing before you submit it, make sure that you just comment in the you email us. Yes, make sure that you email us at scholarship@gmail.com. Yes, scholarship@gmail.com, and I myself will forward this G.W.O crafted document to you so that you can keep it by your side and go through it. Meanwhile, anticipate a video on how to write compelling essays to win awards. Till then, guys, I hope this video was very helpful. It was very educative. I hope to see you in the next video very soon. Bye, and see you later.